Now, I'm not talking about tricks, although these basic strategies will help with those too. I'm talking with certified behavioural technician Leili from Superkit about why training your cat is so beneficial to their physical and mental health, and how every cat parent, including you, can get started.
A lot of kind of more behavioral problems in cats, that they often stem from I guess that lack of understanding of what their needs, and all of the different things that we can do to try and optimize to provide their needs and to optimize their well-being and their mental health as well. And I think I've spoken a lot, and obviously on this platform we speak a lot about physical health, but that mental health aspect is just so crucial for a cat's overall well-being.
Yeah, I don't know if you can pick up Lola on your microphone, but she certainly agrees. She's here chatting away in the background. So if you hear strange squeaks, that's why. Yeah, I think it's absolutely essential. I mean, we know it from our own well-being that if you're not happy and settled and feel safe and calm, then it's all downhill from there. So I think, getting our cats to a place of like complete happiness and kind of feeling very safe and supported in their surroundings is great for them. It's great for your bond together, and it basically can rule out or prevent a lot of behavioural issues down the line. So yeah, I think it's absolutely essential.
Yeah, and there was thinking, I mean, the things that spring to my mind are destructive behaviour, clawing at your sofas, and just, not living their best life. So I guess with that in mind, Leili, we're talking about the essential skills that we can teach our cat. And we think of dogs as we're teaching them skills, we're teaching them training, and we don't often think of cats really, but that could be at the forefront of everything, and we should be thinking about that at the very early stages, I guess.
Yeah, I think it does a huge disservice to our cats, really. And I've been thinking about this issue a lot. A friend of mine recently adopted some cats and was asking, I think they'd had friends that had adopted dogs at the same time and had seen how the dog owners were embarking on dog school and all sorts of training. And they were really thinking about like the basic commands they needed to teach their dogs. And they were sort of looking at their cats and thinking, am I supposed to be doing this or not? And so I had to think about it with kind of them in mind about actually what are the things that you can do with your cat, especially if you're bringing a new cat home, but I would say at any point in your cat's lifetime or its lifetime in your home, that can kind of pave the way for success, that can keep them happy and healthy, but also set them up for everything they're likely to encounter with you together, so that when those moments come, you have this beautiful body of kind of prep and training to serve your cat in those moments.
And I guess you've then got the skills, even if it's not exactly what your cat needs at that time, you've got the skills to implement other changes and other strategies that may help them. So what kind of things should we be teaching our cats, or how do we go about introducing this in the first case? I guess it's a case of starting off with baby steps and building on there maybe.
Yeah, I think a really nice place to start, because essentially your cat has to understand like what you're doing together, the idea that you're going to be learning things together. So it's nice to begin with something quite straightforward, so you can both get the hang of this new dynamic you're kind of embarking on. So I think a really nice place to start is with recall, because it's sort of training your cat to come when you call. So probably you would end up using their name. And the lovely thing about it, it's a way of getting your cat to check in with you. So it's super practical. I don't know about you, but my cats, they hide. We can't find them in the house, or you just need them to check in with you because you need to take them to the vet, or you need them to, just come to a different room in the house. So yeah, I think recall is a really nice place to begin. One of the kind of heartlands of training is finding something that your cat really loves. So it's a good training environment to test out different rewards for your cat. So probably food-based rewards are like an easy win. You could also experiment with play or like stroking, but it has to be something your cat actually likes, not something you like doing to your cat. But once you find that thing that your cat finds really rewarding, then you can use that to reward them for engaging in different behaviours. And I think, so a recall would be an example. You could hold out a little bit of food, get them to take a step or two towards you, and then give them the food when they arrive. And then essentially the process of training is lengthening that distance and adding in their name once they've got the kind of the behaviour of the recall really well established.
So just thinking, when it comes to food treats, is there anything in particular that cats really go for in your experience and other people's experience? Are there some kind of absolute winners? Because I guess there's a lot of different options there available now. And I think of back when I graduated, we used to think, our cats, they don't really do treats, but there's so many different options, what are some of the best ones that you find work really well?
I find often cats will have a real passion for a lickable treat. And the nice thing about a lickable treat is you kind of deliver it in very small doses. So with any form of like food-based treat, I would say give them as little as you can get away with. So, don't give your cat like a huge like pile of snacks if they're, willing to engage in training for just one at a time. So yeah, lickable treats are really nice. One other thing actually I do, my cat has quite a sensitive stomach, is I use her regular food. So it's like a cat sort of pate type food, but I add some boiled water or even just ping it in the microwave for a minute. So it's much more warm, and obviously that like releases aromas and she's just more into it. So you might find if your cat's already like a huge fan of dinner time anyway, you could keep back a little portion of that and then warm it up so that it becomes kind of more of a treat. So yeah, I would kind of experiment and just, you could always try like little pieces of, like boiled chicken or dehydrated, like a chicken or duck treat often go down quite well. But yeah, have a little play. There's usually something that your cat will go do Leili for. And sometimes it takes a bit of experimentation, but you'll have fun, both of you, in the process.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that warming trick. I mean, that's a really great way to get a cat who's, maybe not that hungry to get them eating, for whatever reason. That sense of smell is just so important to drive their appetite that it can be just the turning point that's needed. And should we be doing these training, Leili? Should we be doing that when they're hungry then? Is that a good idea so they're more motivated?
Yeah, I would say before meal times is quite a good time, because if you're using a food-based treat, they'll be kind of motivated to work for it. But also if you're using play as the reward, cats are kind of, if you think about their like natural hunting sequence, it's like jump around, stalk prey, eat. So it fits into that pattern quite nicely, the play then eat. So yeah, I think that's actually a really nice time to engage in training. And I would say keep it really short, like just a couple of minutes. Our cats do have fairly short attention spans, so don't make it a big deal.
Yeah, so that's different from maybe dogs where, they're going to the training class for an hour and they're getting trained for that whole length of time. Keep it short, keep it sweet, and I guess keep it regular as well. It wants to be a daily, twice daily kind of experience if we're doing it that short length of time.
Yeah, actually, I mean, our cats are really creatures of habit as well. So if you can commit to like a regular schedule that's like every day at a certain time of day, that's the best, because essentially your cat will learn to expect it. They'll turn up, they'll remind you that it's training time, which is really handy. So they will want their treats.
But to make sure you don't end up pushing your cat too far and actually making things worse, you need to know about the traffic light system, which you can dive into in this video linked on screen. So tap on that video. I'll see you there. But until then, I'm veterinarian Dr. Alex. This is Our Pets Health, because they're family.